All right, I'm gonna level with you. I've got an addiction. And no, it's not, this has nothing to do with the addiction, although this is happy hour number 2, so I'm gonna make a little cocktail for you in just a second. But no, this is something that is actually legitimately serious, legitimately a real thing, even though it often doesn't get the credit that I feel like it deserves. And in a lot of ways, it's completely dictated how I live my life in a way that I'm not super positive, a way that I'm not happy about. And so I figure what better way to overcome said addiction than to shed some light on it while also enjoying a frosty beverage. That's what we're gonna talk about in today's video, and I'm willing to bet there's a good chance you have this exact same addiction. So if you wanna know what I'm doing to solve it, and well, what it is, then I suggest you stay tuned. Roll the intro. Okay, if I'm gonna admit this big flaw that I've got, you know, it helps to loosen up, feel a little inebriated. So I'm making one of the cocktails I discovered on my top 100 cocktail quest. This is one of my favorite drinks, and if you are looking to make a top 100 drink at home from it's actually one of the top 10 bars in the world, then I suggest you follow along. I'll link the recipe below. So, what are we making? We are making the Atlas Martini. So Atlas Bar is in Singapore. It's one of the top 10 bars in the world, and they're known for having the world's largest gin collection. Yes, is massive. It's actually like 3 stories, and it's quite the sight. So why don't I make this while I tell you what it is. Atlas Martini. Oh God, you get some brininess from the vinegar, you get some brightness and some citrus from the lemon. It works together, and it's not as kicky in the face as a typical martini. So if you're someone who thinks you don't like martinis, you want something that's a little more basic, then I highly suggest. Oh yeah, so good. Okay. My addiction, my problem. Now that I'm loosening up here and feel comfortable telling you about this, let me clean some of this up. 1 second. Okay, so what's my addiction? I bet you can probably guess. Right here. My phone. Well, that's me in the phone, but no, I'm not addicted to myself. I'm addicted to my phone. Let me tell you a story. So back when I was living in Thailand, 2010, this was before I had a smartphone. I had an iPod Touch. You know, it was basically an iPhone that you didn't have cell service with. I had a friend when I was there, and every second of every day, she was on her BlackBerry because she was fancy back then and, you know, had the BlackBerry with the Wi-Fi and all this stuff, and she was constantly checking it. And I would get really frustrated when we would hang out, be like, dude, put that away, be present, be here with, like, let's talk. And every day she would have that out. And I still remember for my birthday, we went out to dinner and she said, my gift to you is I'm taking my BlackBerry and I'm leaving it at home, because she knew how much it bothered me that she was always doing that. And I was like, I'm never gonna become that person. I'm never gonna be the person that constantly is not present in conversations, is ignoring the world to be on a stupid little device. Now I'm that person. That's me. Like, let's go into my screen time app. Let's take a look at how long I've been on it. So let's see. Today, it's now almost 6 p.m., 2 hours and 17 minutes. That doesn't seem that bad. But a lot of days it's 3 hours. Sometimes it's even bordering on 4 hours. 4 hours on the freaking phone. That's basically 25% of my waking hours on my phone. How ridiculous is this? So I filmed a video a few months ago, basically about this topic. It was before the movie The Social Dilemma came out, but now you've probably heard about this and how, you know, they're psychologically building apps and devices to steal your attention away from other things. So I actually recorded a video. This is something I've been thinking about for a long time, but I was using some terms that were incorrect. Things like dopamine addiction, which I don't think is actually a thing. But the idea of it is, every time I pull out my phone and I swipe down to check my mail or I open up Instagram or Facebook, I'm looking for that hit of dopamine. I'm looking for that little trigger that's like, ooh, this is exciting, this is fun. Every time I hit refresh on YouTube, it's like, oh, it's like a slot machine. What new video is gonna come up that I haven't seen before that I'm gonna be really excited about? And then you go down like a 2-hour rabbit hole of watching YouTube. It's ridiculous. Do you know how many more beneficial, interesting things I could be doing with my time? An infinite amount. Literally, like times infinity. There are infinity more things that I could be doing than just scrolling, just scrolling through my phone. I think I need a drink, sorry. Oh man, highly recommend you this. And by the way, I want to make this clear. This is how important the lemon is. I had this whole thing shot. I was ready to go and then realized I didn't have any lemons in the house. So I literally got in my car. I went to the store. I bought 2 lemons and then I came back and then we got going. So one of the best gifts that my parents have given me is hobbies. I have a lot of things that I'm into. I'm into golf. Oh!
Still going.
3 feet on number 8. Thank you very much. I'm into skiing. I can play guitar. Did you even know that I can play guitar? That's the first time I've played in like 3 months. That's the first thing I played on this in 3 months. And do you know how much more interesting and valuable and beneficial playing guitar is compared to this? I'm into making videos. I'm into cocktails, although I don't know if this counts as work or doing the hobby. I don't know if that works, but my point is, I'm into a lot of things. And I find myself not doing any of those interesting, creative, skill-based things because I have this thing to entertain me at any given time. It truly is an addiction. On the golf course, a dozen times, 20 times, I'll pick it up and check my email. My problems with this are, well, there's a lot of them, but they're kind of twofold. One is the lack of deliberate action. So all the time, I sit here and I pick up my phone, but I don't do it deliberately. It's a habit. It's ingrained into me when I get even the slightest hint of boredom to just start looking for that dopamine hit, looking for that one thing that can, be like, oh, that's fun. Ooh, that's cool. Ooh, that's interesting and exciting. And because of that, I have literally forgotten how to be bored. I have made it impossible for myself to be bored because if I get the slightest hint of boredom, I just go straight to that. So that's the first thing. The second thing is it's made me not present in conversations with real people in the real world. I can't tell you how many times I'll be hanging out with friends and just like kind of pull it up, check it up. So it's like, oh yeah, that's really interesting. That's what? Sorry, what was that? What did you say? Sorry, I missed that. That happens all the time. It's terrible, but that's it. It sucks you in. You got to know you're looking for that dopamine hit, and I can't be bored. So here's a quick little challenge for you. I want you to open up your phone and go to the Screen Time app or whatever Android version of it you have, and for the last week, tell me and leave a comment. Tell me the average time spent on your phone. If you're too scared to post it, that means it's probably too long. So a few weeks ago, I did an experiment. I went to my buddy Derek of Copy Hour fame. I said, hey, Derek, you're going to hold me accountable for this. I am going to average no more than an hour and 30 minutes on my phone for the next week. And if I go over that, and I have to send you a screenshot at the end of the week, if I go over that, I will send you $250. $250 on the line. Hour and 28 minutes average. That's how close it was. But I did it. So I proved that I can do 90 minutes a day or less on average, which was actually much harder than I expected it to be. And then the next week I averaged 3.5 hours. I fell right back into the same routines, and actually it was a little bit worse because I felt like I had to make up for the fact that, I just spent so little time on my phone. It's real. Everything around us we've been trained to seek and crave that hit of dopamine and those like pleasure triggers that don't do anything for you long term, but in the short term, they make you feel good. You're like, oh yeah, this is great. But I'm sure there are people that are watching this, not you, but the other people that have the same issue I do. So I'm setting a public goal for myself because it worked pretty well when I had $250 on the line. In the month of October, I'm going to average less than 2 hours on my phone. That should be 100% doable. That gives me time when I have to do Instagram for Breaking 80 or have to do any work stuff on there. That gives me the time to do that because there's going to be some days where I'll have some and some days where I'll have none. So if I have to be on my phone for 4 hours doing that stuff, then the next day I can be on it no hours. The whole month of October. And I'm going to come back in November and I'm going to post this here. I don't know what's at stake here. So if you have ideas, if I don't do this, then leave a comment and tell me what you think I should have to do. I'm open to ideas here, and we'll get this going. By the time you see this, I'll have already started the challenge, but give me some ideas in the comments for what you think my punishment should be if I cannot do this, and I would love to hear it. This happy hour is way less fun than the last one. The last one, I just got to like make fun of all the other people. Now I'm making fun of myself, and that's not fun. So I'm trying to make this whole thing kind of funny, a little over the top, a little ridiculous, but let's be honest. Addiction, phone addiction, technology addiction is a very real thing. And so while I'm trying to make light of it in order to make a point and to make it entertaining, to get you to actually watch, it's legitimately a serious thing. And I haven't been going out and doing all the hobbies and the things I enjoy and the work that I enjoy. Oftentimes I'll just sit here and scroll through my phone rather than doing things like make videos or write blog posts or answer emails from readers or, be in the forums and Location Rebel. All these things that I love doing. But the damn thing just gets in the way all the time. One other thing that I would add is that if this is something that you struggle with, there's a whole concept of a dopamine detox. So essentially, your mind is wired to constantly craving that dopamine because we're constantly feeding it with things like this. So there's the idea of the dopamine detox where for 24 hours, maybe 48 hours, you make your life as boring as possible. You give all those receptors a break that are burning out from having too much dopamine. So you essentially make yourself as bored as possible. You don't eat any food that's good. You don't have alcohol. You don't use any screens of any sort. You can read a book. You can journal. And you can go for walks in nature. And it's kind of about it. The idea is to make yourself as bored as possible. So you reset your dopamine receptors, and then all of a sudden, all the things that maybe aren't as exciting as your phone, like writing or working, but are more exciting than sitting and staring at the wall that's in front of you, all of a sudden those things have more appeal. And so you're more likely to do them. So in the next couple days, I will be doing a dopamine detox of my own. If you are interested to see how that goes, or if you'd like to see what I do during that day, then let me know. I might be able to document it, but that might be kind of against the point if I'm using this for technology, but we'll see. Let me know if you're interested in that. I don't know if this is a topic you guys are interested in, but this is something that's very real in my life, and so I wanted to share that with you because regardless of what you say, at least on a certain little level, this is something that you've dealt with as well or are dealing with, or you're dealing with, but you don't realize you're dealing with it. So consider this your ultimatum. I'm calling you out. Ask yourself honestly, is this a problem for you? And post your numbers below for your screen time. And let's do this together. If you need help, consider this accountability because I'm considering this accountability. And cheers to you. Cheers to us fixing this problem and not getting rid of this, but making this less of a fixture in our lives. Cheers to us. I look forward to doing this in November after I've finished my goal. My name's Sean Ogle. This is Location Rebel. We help you build small businesses that you can run from anywhere in the world, including your home, the coffee shop down the street, or a beach in Bali, wherever you want it to be. If you like this video, make sure you hit subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. Really like the thumbs ups. So if you're new here, just give me one of those. And yeah, I guess that's all you need to know. So hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching. And that's all I got for you. Peace. I gotta say, I pulled this out just to do the video here, but it's kind of fun. I need to get back. Do you want more guitar? More guitar in the videos? Let's get. I don't know. I feel like I should work this in. trouble all my day, all my day. I need to practice, clearly. Rock on. Ooh, I wasn't supposed to do that.